Lara, how about you? I mean, there's a brand new business venture. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so so for me, I think, Ryan, I've never actually conformed to any sort of one career path in my life. And I think that kind of, for me, has always been somebody that I, like just the person that I've been from the time I was a child. So even when growing up, if I was one of those, kids whose parents said, oh, tell them what you want to be. And then I never kind of wanted to be just the engineer or the doctor or the actor or whatever. I, at any given point of time, always wanted to be at least 3 careers at the same time. And none of them had anything to do with each other. So I wanted to be an astronaut, a ballerina, and an archaeologist. And I think for me in life, I've kind of always also just lived that kind of path. So I did, I started modeling when I was 16 years old. Of course, did Miss India and Miss Universe. Came very natural, the transition was to come into Bollywood. But then from there, being a producer, now being an entrepreneur, it's just a lifetime of experience. I've spent 25 years in the business. And for me, just now we've launched Arias Skincare just in April this year. And it came from a space of saying, I've been here for 25 years. I've been in the industry. I've had access to the best makeup artists and skin experts world over, but I've never really found anything that's really worked for Indian skin. And I'm 41 years old this year. And
41 years young.
young. But, and I found that as I got older, especially with Indian skin, your requirements change. Indian skin ages very differently. So though today we have every single multinational brand in the country available to us, we still don't have one skincare brand that takes care of everything end to end. And therefore the birth of Arias and, creating it over 2 years. So yeah, entrepreneur.
I'm intrigued with the name. Is it what I suspect it is?
Yeah, of course it is.
Okay, there you go. So it's Syra
spelled backwards.
Yeah. And hey, more power. When one looks at both of you and, kind of dwells on this fantastic journey, professional and personal, it obviously comes from somewhere deep within, the value systems. And I'm very, very keen to know a little bit about the growing up years. Mahesh, I'm going to come to you. Man, I've seen you play at the highest level, had the privilege of watching you play in doubles. Grit, determination, perseverance, all the adjectives I used a little earlier, in such large doses. I'm sure it comes from somewhere. Take us back in time to the early years, a little bit of a story at what's gone into making Mahesh Bhupathi the man he is today?
I don't know how to answer that. I mean, my dad put me into tennis very young, and I think things evolved to a certain stage where I don't know if tennis was my first choice, but it became my automatic choice, and then I got to loving it enough that I really wanted to pursue it. I think my dad took me to Wimbledon, I think in 1987 when I was 13, and obviously being there, got the juices flowing to the point where you wanted to kind of play there at some point in your life as well. But yeah, I mean, playing tennis is glamorous when you talk about, or you sit back and talk about whatever you've won today, but it's possibly the most lonely sport out there because it's an individual sport, it's not a team event. I probably spent 25 years of my life traveling alone. I went to the Harry Hopman Academy when I was 7, unaccompanied. My parents sent me on a plane. So, I spent most of my life alone in hotel rooms. So, life now is totally different. I mean, my wife's kind of, taken over my social calendar, introduced me to people. I have friends that I can, with all that didn't exist before. I mean, my only circle was my tennis circle, and any friends that I have used to play tennis, never made it, and today are in the business world. So, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of sacrifice, but if you look back now, I guess everything's worth it.